بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. We were discussing this lengthy hadith. I think we're in the middle of the hadith. The last part we discussed is when Isa alayhi salam will come down from the heaven, right? So remember, those ahadith that speak about the descension of Isa alayhi salam, we take it in the physical sense. The last time we discussed it, I never mentioned it to you, but since we discussed it, I'll mention to you. Remember the Qadianis, what they say. They don't believe in miracles. They don't believe in anything that happens out of the ordinary. They don't believe in anything that happens out of the ordinary. Anything that happens out of the ordinary, they interpret it uh, in a figurative manner. They interpret it in a figurative manner. So what they done here is they interpreted this also in a figurative manner. They said that Mirza Ghulam Ahmad is the Messiah. So they don't believe. They say, how is it possible that a person could have gone up to the heavens and he could reside for so many years in the heavens, almost 2,000 years, his body of decayed. So they say all those hadith that speak about the return of Isa alayhi salam, they mean a Messiah will come. And then they say that Mirza, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we call, this is what we call tahrif. Tahrif is when you change the words of the Quran. Tahrif is when you change the words of the hadith. So remember I told you when Mirza Ghulam Ahmad started off, he was a brilliant person. He was a brilliant person. He done a lot of work in comparative religion, and he wrote against the Christians. And initially, because he was such a brilliant person, our ulama were actually impressed with him. But when he started with his outlandish and absurd claims, then they caught up and said, "No, this person here, he's not a straight person." So what he done is he made tahrif of all these hadith to suit his agenda. So because look, the hadith is clear, there's no prophet going to come, etc. And he wants to be a prophet. So he said, no, I'm that prophet. Remember Isa alayhi salam supposed to come. It's not possible. How can Isa alayhi salam come? How can he come? How can a person travel to space? How can he be in the heavens? Where did he have an astronaut suit? Which space shuttle did he have all this stuff? So they make all the stupid, funny things, or stupid, funny statements where they don't understand and realize Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is qadir kul, is qadir mutlaq, right? So there are over 80 ahadith. There's a book written by Moulana Shah Anwar Kashmiri. I got it by the house. I can bring it to you even. It's Moulana Shah Anwar Kashmiri, one of the first students of Darul Ulum Deoband. And he also done a lot of work against the Qadianis. Remember, I told you because Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, he was a very eloquent person. He was a very smart person. And he done a lot of work in the initial stages of Islam, which was good and beneficial. And initially, our ulama were impressed with him. But when he started coming with the stupid claims that he's a prophet and all that type of thing, he's a reformer. So you must remember, when you got somebody hooked already, so you increase, you ramp up your claim slowly, slowly, slowly. It is difficult for the people to leave you. So many people in the Pak subcontinent, they were impressed with him. But then our ulama of Darul Umm Deoband, and in particular, Moulana Shah Anwar Kashmiri, etc., they made a lot of effort to try to expose that these people are false. There's a false prophet. And he authored this book, which I told you, which has over 80 hadith that speaks about the ascension and descension of Isa alayhi salam. That Isa alayhi salam was raised up to the heavens bodily, not just his soul. Like we know, obviously, when you pass away, your soul is raised to the heavens, etc. But he got 80 hadith, and you people done usul al hadith. When something reaches that amount, which it cannot be imagined that all these people conspire to speak a lie. Then it becomes mutawatir. What does it become? And when it becomes mutawatir, it is as good as the Quran. Maybe just slightly as the Quran. So if you deny it, you come out of the fold of Islam. So people who deny the ascension and descension of Isa alayhi salam, they are out of the fold of Islam. They are out of the fold of Islam. So this is also one of the salient features of us, the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. As we're going through the different hadiths, I explain you how do you recognize who are the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. We mentioned several things before, Tafdeel al-Shaykhain, all it. And another one is this here, that we accept the miracles of the Anbiya to be haqq. We don't give a figurative interpretation for it. And this is also another one of the miracles of the Anbiya alayhi salatu wa taslim, which we accept it to be literal, not figurative. That Isa alayhi salam will come down, right? So I told you he took it in a figurative sense to suit his own agenda. Anyway, so we're saying here, إذ بعث الله مسيح ابن مريم فينزل عند المنارة البيضاء شرقي دمشق بين مهزودتين. Then Isa alayhi salam will come down miraculously from the minaret, a white minaret, to the east, بيضاء الشرقية, so the eastern minaret in the mosque of Damascus, بين مهزودتين. The explanation here, mahzuda, referred to like he will be dressed in a saffron colored clothes, واضعا كفيه على أجنحة ملكين. He will be placing his two palms upon the shoulders like this, resting his right hand on the left shoulder of the one angel and resting his left hand on the right shoulder of the other angel. So I told you, we the Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, we take this in the literal sense that he will physically come. And I told you there are 80 ahadith to prove this. What the Qadiani say? They say Isa alayhi salam is buried in Kashmir somewhere. After the whole crucifixion thing, etc., etc., he recovered and he trekked to Kashmir and he's buried there in Kashmir today, right? Why they had to get him out of the way? Why did you get him so that Mirza Ghulam comes and say he's a Messiah? And said, as long as Isa was dead and they couldn't say he's a Messiah, you understand what I'm saying? So once they killed him and they buried him in Kashmir, now he could start out I'm the Messiah. You understand what I'm saying? So what? All right. So إذا طأطأ رأسه قطرة, like I told you, when a person comes out of the bath, you're fresh. You shake your head, then the drops goes on it. وإذا رفع تحدر منه مثل جمان كاللؤلؤ, and when he raises his head, then it flies from him like jumanin, like drops of pearls, right? So فلا يحل لكافر يجد من ريح نفسه إلا مات ونفسه ينتهي حيث ينتهي طرفه. Then Allah Ta'ala will give him this miraculous um, ability that nobody will get his breath, smell it, except that the person will die. And his breath will be so potent, it will be able to reach as far as the eye can see. So maybe it could even mean Allah Ta'ala will give him some type of weaponry or something potent weaponry at which he will be able to kill, he will be able to destroy the enemies of Allah and His Rasul. Right? So then فَيَطْلُبُ حَتَّى يُدْرِكَهُ بِبَابِ لُدٍّ. So remember, his main mission was Dajjal. His main mission will be to come and destroy the Dajjal. So he will seek, he will pursue the Dajjal until he will get him at a place called the Bab Lud. I told you today, if you look at, they say Bab Lud is the same place where the Israeli airport is situated, right? فَيَقْتُلُهُ, then he will kill him. However it is, there's some details from the other hadith that as he approaches him, he will melt. So I personally feel maybe this refers to some type of modern warfare or some type of weapon that it will incinerate a person, it will melt a person, whatever it could be. So يأتي Isa قوم قد أسمه الله. Then such a people will come to Isa alayhi salam that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has spared them from the fitna of Dajjal. منه فيمسح عن وجوههم, and he will wipe their faces. ويحدثهم بدرجاتهم في الجنة, and then then he will narrate to them and speak to them about their status in Jannah, that you are the people that withstood the Dajjali system, you withstood the evil and the temptation of the Dajjal. Like today, there is an age, the Dajjal system, the deceit, the music, the fitna, it is engulfing everybody. Very few people have been saved. So this will be a group that will be saved. وَيُحَدِّثُهُمْ, you will narrate بِدَرَجَاتٍ فِي الْجَنَّةِ فَبَيْنَمَا وَكَذَلِكَ, and whilst now they are still reveling in or basking in the glory of having overcome the Dajjal, كذلك إذا أوحى الله إلى عيسى, then all of a sudden Allah will reveal to Isa alayhi salam, أني قد أخرجت عبادا لي. Look here, now I'm unleashing as one of the signs of Qiyamah another of my creation. لا يدان لأحد بقتالهم. This is such a powerful people that nobody will have the power to withstand them, right? لا يداني. So no hands means no power, right? Right? Carry on from there. Okay, so فحرز ibadi ila turi. So yeah, Allah Ta'ala will tell Isa alayhi salam, see, this is such a creation that nobody can withstand him. You must seek refuge rather. Take your sincere group of followers. Right? فحرز ibadi ila Mount Tur. ويبعث الله يعجوج ومعجوج. Then Allah Ta'ala will unleash Ya'juj, Ma'juj. ومن كل حدب ينسلون. And they will, from every high place, they will descend. In other words, they'll be coming down like what you say, like a, what's the right, like the right word, like huh? Yeah, they were like flowing, but they will be like what's it called, this word, the word I'm looking for, I can't get the word, but ravaging everything that comes in their way, right? فيمر أوائلهم على بحيرة طبرية. Then when the first one of them passes بحيرة طبرية فيشربون ما فيها, then they will drink what is in it, right? ويمر آخرهم, and ويمر آخرهم, by the time the last one passed فيقول لقد كان بهذه مرة ماء. So there was once water here. In the meantime, just before they came, there will be water. There was water there. So they say, if you read the news, you follow the news, they say that like currently, if you look at all the instability in the Middle East, it is a result of the scramble of oil. Everybody wants to have control of the oil. That is why. What interest does America have in Iraq? What do you think they still care about the women that are being oppressed there? What interest do they have in Syria? What interest do they have in Libya? You think they're really worried about the people they know? They only want to secure the supply of oil, isn't it? So now if you follow the news, they say there that the next wars that will take place will be the waters for war. Sorry, the waters for water. There'll be wars for water. People will be fighting for water. Water beings. So it could be, figurative that they will be clamoring for the resources of the Muslims. They will be looting and stealing and pillaging and plundering the resources of Muslims. Allah Ta'ala knows best. ثم يسيرون حتى ينتهوا إلى جبل الخمر وجبل بيت المقدس. Then they will continue until they will reach to a place called Jabal al-Khamr, and this is a mountain in Bayt al-Maqdis. فيقولون, they will say, لقد قتلنا من في الأرض هلم فلنقتل من في السماء. That we have already now killed, we've destroyed everybody, we've overpowered everybody that is in the earth. Come, فلنقتل من في السماء. Let us kill now who is in the sky. فيرمون بنشابهم إلى السماء. Then they will set off their arrows towards the sky. فيرد الله عليهم نشابهم مغضوبة دما. Allah Ta'ala will return the arrows to him covered in blood. ويحصر نبي الله وأصحابه حتى تكون. So as I tell you this, it could refer to, it could be literal, it could be figurative. Like I told you, how the Western world, they feel they can control everybody, they can sanction people, they can control the food of people, they can control the drink of people, they can control how much they must eat, etc., etc. So they think they are ilah, they think they are a god, which they can control everybody, right? So it could be making reference to that, Allah Ta'ala knows best, or it could be figurative, right? ويحصر النبي الله أصحابه حتى تكون رأس ثور لأحدهم. But you got after أحدهم. خيرا من 100 دينار. Yeah. So then the Nabi of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and his companions, they will be under siege under the head of a buffalo, where any one of them will be better than 100 dinars. Right? Dinar, خير من 100 دينار لأحدكم اليوم. So what he's saying here is that, look, normally the head of is, although it is something that the people eat, but it's not the most valuable part of an animal, the flesh, actually. So in other words, there will be such poverty, there will be such difficulty that people will even appreciate, the, people will even appreciate the see, look again, حتى تكون رأس ثوري, that the head of an animal, right? لأحدهم, for them, خير من 100 دينار, it will be better than 100 dinars for you. In other words, as valuable as 100 dinars is to you, 100 gold coins, how valuable a head of a buffalo will be more valuable to them because of the paucity or the scarcity of food, right? اليوم, right? فيرغب نبي الله عيسى واصحابه فيرسل الله النخفة. Then the Nabi of Allah and Isa alayhi salam, the Nabi of Allah Isa, they will proceed, but Allah Ta'ala will now send a sickness which will create فيرسل عليهم النخفة في رقابهم. They will have like a boil on their neck, so to say. فيصبحون فرسا كموت نفس واحدة. So this farsa referred to like a type of illness that is found in certain animals. So like I told you, it's like a illness that jumps from one species to another, right? Then people will start dying. ثم يهبط نبي الله عيسى واصحابه الى الارض ولا يجد في الارض موضع شبر الا ملأه زهمه الله right ملأه زهمهم ونتنهم فيرغب نبي الله واصحابه الى الله فيرسل الله طيرا كأعناق البخت فتحمله فتضرحهم حيث شاء الله. So when this illness come, like a plague, people die. We saw recently how people dying in the pandemic, despite the advancement of medicine, people was dying, right? So my Habitullah, Isa, Ashabu, they will go to another land, they will flee now because of this illness, whatever. فلا يجدون في الأرض موضع شبر إلا ملأه. They will not find in the earth the extent of a handspan إلا ملأه, except that you will fill it up. Everywhere this thing will be found. Natanuhum. Zahamu means it's like a sticky slime. It will come as a result of the illness and the smell, the stench that will overtake the whole world, right? فَيَرْغَبُ نَبِيُّ اللَّهِ أَصْحَابُ إِلَى اللَّهِ. Then the Nabi of Allah, Isa alayhi salam, his companions, will turn to Allah Ta'ala fervently, making dua for some type of respite from this. فَيُرِسُ طَيْرًا. Allah Ta'ala will send such birds كأعناق البخت. So the bukht is a type of a bukht camel which has a very thick, powerful neck. So these birds, the whole shape of the body will be like the shape of a neck of a camel. So something like that, more or less, right? فَتَحْمِلُهُم. It will start carrying all these corpses of the deceased, right? فَتَضْرُحَهُمْ حَيْثُ شَاءَ اللَّهِ. And it will throw it wherever Allah Ta'ala wish. وفي رواية تطرح بالنهبل ويستوقد المسلمون من قيسيهم. So this here referred to that this فيرغب نبي الله عيسى واصحابه فيرسل عليهم النخفة في رقاب فيصبحون فرسا. This referred to the Ya'juj and Ma'juj. I forgot to mention that this illness will destroy them. The end will come because of this pandemic, this illness, right? So the birds, after they all destroyed, the birds will come, pick them up and carry them away, take their bodies away, right? So فتضرب حيث wherever Allah Ta'ala wish. وفي رواية تضرحهم بالنهبل. So one riwayah says that it will throw them or dispose of them in a place called Nahbal, right? ويستوقظ المسلمون من قيحهم ونشابهم وجيائهم 7 سنين. So remember, there will be so many people. These Ya'juj and Ma'juj, they will be destroyed by this plague and their bodies will be disposed of by these birds. So their arrows, their spears, and their quivers, all of this will be used as fuel. All of this will be used as fuel by the Muslims. They will use this. Nowadays they say that I don't know if you read the news, they say that the best type of energy is nuclear energy. Even in our country, they wanted to build nuclear plants. And the nuclear thing is also an enemy, and nuclear is also a weapon of war. So you see, I think that the weapon of war will be used to create energy. A weapon of war will be used to create energy. I was just seeing now one clip yesterday, and not yeah, yesterday night. I was reading seeing one clip that the nuclear nukes was manufactured by the apartheid government. Till today, the South African government they're making some type of medicine out of it and exporting it to America. The nuclear that the apartheid government made. Now look at here what they're saying here, that the weaponry of Ya'juj and Ma'juj will be used as a fuel, as a source of energy for the Muslims. That's what I'm saying. So I told you, nuclear is also a weapon, and it's also a source of generating electricity. So many times it could be, Allah Ta'ala knows best, that, if Nabi Sallallahu to speak, or if Allah Ta'ala speak about nuclear power, nobody will understand it. So it is experienced, like I told you, even when you do your fiqh, etc., sometimes those masail you do in fiqh, it seems like outdated. But remember, the author had to express things according to how it was around him, what he saw around him. But if you understand the usul behind it, you can apply to any. That is what we call a faqih, a person who has faqahat, is able to understand the usul behind it, is able to understand the usul behind it. So same thing. So yeah, you see, a source of weaponry will become a source of energy. That's what they're saying there. So they say, وَيَسْتَوْقِدُ الْمُسْلِمُونَ مِنْ قِسِيهِمْ وَنُشَّابِهِمْ. The Muslims will use as a source of energy from the qisihim, from the bows, وَنُشَّابِهِمْ, the arrows, وَجِعَابِهِمْ, that is their quivers, سبع سنين, for 7 years. ثم يرسلها مطرا لا يكون منه بيت مدر ولا وبر فيغسل الأرض حتى يتركها كالزلفة. And Allah Ta'ala will send a rain. ثم يرسلها, right? لا يكون, and this rain will be such that it will not be from it a fixed house or a informal house, except that it will فيغسل الأرض, it will cleanse the earth, it will leave it like clear and shining كالزلفة, like a mirror. ثم يقال الأرض, and it will be said to the earth, أنبتي ثمرات, now bring forth your fruit. وردي بركتك, and bring your barakah. فيومئذ تأكل الإصابة. So remember from the other hadith we spoke about the prosperity in the time of Isa alayhi salam, remember? So this was فيومئذ تأكل الإصابة. These words isab refer to like groups, subgroups of a tribe. You get the main head group, smaller group. So تأكل الإصابة من الرمانة. There will be so much blessing that a small group will be able to eat from one pomegranate. ويستظلون بقحفها, and they will be able to seek shade from its peel covering. ويبارك في الرسل, they will be blessing barakah in the milk also. حتى أن لحة من الإبل لا تكفي الفئامة, to such an extent one small young from the camel, it will suffice a whole group of the people. واللحة من البقر, and a young from amongst the cattle, لا تكفي القبيلة, it will be sufficient for a whole tribe in الناس. واللقحة من الغنم, so the Baqarah referred to sheep, goat. Then وَلِقْحَةً مِنَ الْغَنَمِ, a young from amongst the cows. لَتَقْفِي الْفَخِذَ. So all this as we're going is bigger groups, right? الْفَخِذ مِنَ النَّاسِ فَبَيْنَهُمْ كَذَلِكَ إِذْ بَعَثَ اللَّهُ رِيحًا طَيِّبًا. And so while they will be enjoying this time of prosperity, like I told you, when there's justice, there's prosperity. Even in today, even in the world, if the government is run properly, justly, without corruption, then the money that is meant, it is spent in the correct manner, then things will prosper. But when the money that's supposed to be used for the service of the people, etc., it is abused, it goes into the pockets of the people, then it's not used. Then there is corruption, etc. So under these circumstances, Allah will send these this wind, فَتَأْخُذُهُمْ تَحْتَ آبَاطِهِمْ. It will create something under the armpit, so to say, right? فتقبض روح كل مؤمن وكل مسلم. And this is now herald, this end of the world. It will, the ruh of every believer will be taken. ويبقى شرار الناس. And then only the worst people will remain on the earth. يتهارجون فيها تحارج الحمر. So they will behave in it like the behavior of donkeys. فعليهم تقوم الساعة. And upon under these circumstances, Qiyamah will come. Remember, we told you that there's another riwayah says that Qiyamah will not come until what? Until there's the one to say, Allah, Allah. So this when there's a total degeneration, right? Rawa Muslimun, Imam Muslim narrates this whole riwayat, illa riwayat al-thaniyata, except the second riwayat, which have this, وهو قولهم تطرحهم بالنهبل, that he will cast the bodies of these people in Nahbal, بقول سبع سنين. So that part is not also in Muslim Sharif. Rawaw Tirmidhi, Imam Tirmidhi have this riwayat, right? So there we've got a lengthy hadith. It speaks about the whole story from the beginning till the end. There were a few difficult words. Yeah, there's a bit of shara. Yeah, we'll go through the shara. Although I explained you most of the things, I covered most of the things in there, but let's just see what extra this year. I told you the first part is يخرج وأنا فيكم وأنا فيكم. I told you it means if I am around, I'm with you that time, then I will be your disputant. I will fight on your behalf, right? But if I'm not there, then unfortunately, you will have to fight for yourself. So see, yeah, in the Shara is mentioned, remember I told you about Maududi. He was also similar to, Mirza Ghulam Ahmad, although he never made claims of prophethood, but our main beef with him was that he considered the Anbiya alayhi salatu wa taslim, and he considered the Sahaba Ikram fair game. He did not consider them beyond reproach. He said it was permissible. Still today, he's got his Jamaat Islamiyah. So he said he commented with regards to this text, and he says, see, yeah, even as Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam didn't know much about the Dajjal, and he actually tried to dismiss this whole thing. And he says, we just, dismiss. He says there's too much contradiction. So we say, no, this is proven from Sahih Hadith. There's so many Hadith that speak about the Dajjal that you cannot deny it. You cannot deny it. There are so many. This is just, as I told you, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, if Allah Ta'ala at that point in time withheld some information, at the later time he gave the information, Nabi Sallallahu shared the information, at what yet is this, it is disposal at that point in time. There was qatatun. This is a word you must remember when you do Shama'il Tirmidhi. Also, we discuss the hair of Nabi Sallallahu means like to have curly hair, no, not exactly straight hair. So, ja'adun, qatitun, qatatun refer to aynuhu tafiyah. Astaphia means an eye that is a bit more protruding than normal. I don't know, sometimes you see some people, it seems as though the eyes are a bit more out of the socket or big eyes. So it's عينه طافية طفايا full. Right? Then the other word is خلة. See that says there? I'm just doing the difficult words of the Awla Hadith. You can remember that for the exams, exams coming up. You will come out in a, right, إنه خارج خلة بين الشام والعراق. So خلة means like a road between Iraq and Sham. Asa ya'athu asin is similar to asa. Asa means to be disobedient, but yeah, asa ya'athu fa asin. So there it says there, remember it says there, the hadith was there, فَآثٍ يَمِينًا وَآثٍ شَمَالًا, that refer to this Dajjal who will create fitna all over the show, right? Sarihatuhum. This word dharwatun refer to what? The hump of a camel. So that, remember we told you that in this times of prosperity, in the time of the Mahdi, before the emergence of the Dajjal, there will be times of great prosperity, that the humps of the camels will be high, the others will be full of milk, and their hips will be broad, right? Normally, when you are thin, lack of food, then your sides are below the rib cage that is in, right? So that we told you. So yes, dharwatun refer to the hump of the camel. Then the other word was here, khawasi refer to hips, ne? This word, mamluhina, that one day we done. Mamluhin refer to difficult times, right? Okay, I think that covers more or less all the difficult words. Ramyat al-Gharzi, if I just look there for Ramyat al-Gharzi, find Ramyat al-Gharzi. Yeah, it was, he was, like the two parts of his body will be split up, like the distance between a marksman and his arrow. Those will be so far apart. In the word mahzudataini, I told you that. Hier is mentioned in the dal or zal. It's referred to the clothes that Isa alayhi salam will wear. I told you, obviously, in those times, you didn't have the synthetic dyes we have today. It would be a natural type of a dye that used saffron, safflower. So this was that's what we ta'ata'a, to lower your head. Ta'ata'a means to lower your head. So when he lowers his head, it will be like beads of perspiration. What will drop off from him. And when he raised, وَإِذَا رَفَعَ رَأْسَهُ, and then when he raised it, like the perspiration will fall like pearls of silver, nuggets of pearl silver, right? Yeah, he's mentioned also, I know the Shareef has mentioned something. He says that, yeah, I told you that Isa alayhi salam will kill Dajjal at a place called Babel Lud. So yeah, we can check this out. The Shareef has mentioned that today there's the airport here, but it's not an airport open to the public. It's a very secure place. It's a very secure place. Maybe it's like a military installation or something. So maybe they also got some type of information from their holy books that we refer to the Dajjal as the Antichrist. Maybe it will be their savior. As well, La Yadani, when these people will come, Yadun is normally a expression of power. So La Yadani, that you will have no power to fight them. You'll have to just seek refuge. There will be many, there will be Kathir and there will be Sharir. So nowadays, when you see anybody Kathir, they're a lot, and they're all mischievous, you can refer to them as Ya'juj and Ma'juj, right? And those Buhaira is a place in Sham. Buhaira means a river. So Buhaira Tabariya means a river in Sham. So they will drink all the water here. I thought it could be figurative of plundering the resources. Nushab referred to an arrow, right? Maghdubatan daman, colored in blood. So this here could mean even, the arrogance. It could mean Allah Ta'ala knows best. Doesn't mean they're going to physically shoot up an arrow to the sky, but they want to assume the role of God. They want to control people. You want to control population. You want to control people. Do you know in Gaza they actually work out how many kilojoules each person must eat? If they allow so much food in, that means each person will get so much amount of food for the day. Allah Ta'ala says, Inna Allah huwa Razzaq. He's the one who gives sustenance. But they want to control exactly how much kilojoules each person will ingest. So they think they are Allah. They think they can control also. So I thought it could be representative that they think they want to assume the role of Allah to control people what they eat. Naqfun, I thought it refers to normally a type of illness that comes on the camel. This will be the destruction of Ya'juj and Ma'juj, that no man can destroy them. They are beyond destruction. Allah Ta'ala make it such. So Allah Ta'ala pandemic was, so to say, will come like by the next side. Then this word farsa is the jama farisatun. Means farsa means they were like all somebody like normally they say technically if you look at the farsa, it is the annihilated, destroyed prey of an animal, of a lion, the dead. So yeah, just that means that baby dead, like see that ibarah there, where is it there? It says farsa, where was it? Can you find it? Yeah. Yeah. فَيُصْبِحُونَ farsa, dead. They will be like dead. Like how we say, in English also, if you're in trouble, you are dead meat. You are. So they will be dead prey. They will all be lying like destroyed, dead prey. Does zahamuhum refer to like a sticky thing, something. So all the rotting corpse, normally the body rot and also gives off like a slime type of a thing, right? Natanuhum, I told you to refer to a bad stench. To try drive away. Nahbal is a place. Shi'abuhum jamaf ja'bun. What you say, the quiver. So yeah, the part of the hadith it say that for 7 years they will use the weaponry of Ya'juj and Ma'juj as a source of fuel. Yeah, also in the Shara they say what it could mean is the Mala Hanimat, the wealth that they will obtain from them, they will be able to live off this for 7 years. There's a hadith that also say that the best earnings a person can earn is the Mala Hanimat. We'll do that when we do Kitabul Jihad, inshallah. The best thing you can earn is the wealth, the spoils of war that you obtain in jihad, right? So yeah, it could mean, Allah Ta'ala knows best, that, as I said like earlier, that it will refer to modern weaponry, but because people didn't know, and Nabi Sallam expressed it in the words of the weaponry it was existent in his time. So we say whatever it is, like like I told you, like nuclear weapons, whatever. Or it could also mean that Allah Ta'ala knows that we will revert to the old times where all this new technology will become redundant. But more likely it refers to the modern weaponry. Like I mean, even if you look at that one, that we, as Isa alayhi salam will proceed to Dajjal, he will melt Zaba, the words come Zaba, and that which says that the breath of Isa alayhi salam will reach as far as I can see, and wherever it reaches, isn't this is the quality of like nuclear weapons? It destroys everything that comes in front of it. So Allah Ta'ala knows best. It could refer to some type of modern weaponry. It will come like maybe a laser gun or something. So la yakun. So this I told you this part of the hadith that this rain will come to every home. This year, every home, and it will cleanse out all this filth, the stench, etc. And then Zulfa, I told you this also here refer to just the different types of groups of people, small group, big group. Just how it's expression of prosperity. And this is also mentioned in the other hadith. It will be some times of great prosperity, right? And in the last part, Yatahara Juna actually refer to, remember there's a hadith that said, Qiyamah not will come until zina becomes rampant and rife. Remember? And there's another hadith also we done, which says that close to Qiyamah, people will copulate in public like how? donkeys copulate, is a male donkey, female donkey. They don't feel shy. They just, because obviously they don't have that level of intelligence. They don't have that level of intelligence. So people also, there will be a degeneration in intelligence. They will be behaving like animals. And it's under these circumstances that Qiyamah will come. Okay, so Alhamdulillah, that brings us, I think we covered that hadith. We've done all the explanation. We've done all the difficult words. Nice hadith for the exams. Read and translate this hadith here. Isn't this a nice hadith for the exams? Read and translate this hadith. This hadith got a lot of difficult words in. I told you before, our Ustad Marhum Moulana Abbas Umar used to say, there's a nice one for the exams. And if we took our exams, he asked it. He said, and you don't know, he said, but I told you this is a nice thing for exams. Why are you never learning? So make a mark, make a mark. So the next few hadiths, inshallah, we're going to do. Remember, by the end of the week, we'll be rounding up for exams. So inshallah, by the end of this week, will be our last week of sabak, inshallah. So the forthcoming hadith, it is the same thing, just a little bit more, a little bit less. So if you've understood this hadith properly, and you've understood the words in this hadith properly, then the forthcoming hadith will be very, very easy. Right? Are you with me? Because this is the whole story complete. So the forthcoming hadith just got a bit more of that. So if you learn this one properly, inshallah, the next one will be easy, inshallah. We'll switch over now to the tafsir, inshallah.